welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be taking a look at Cory Sandhagen versus Marlon Chito Vera at UFC Fight Night in San Antonio, Texas. Sandhagen put on a spectacular performance with his game plan seemingly being activity, diversity of attack, and pressure. Marlon Chito Vera has been one of the most ruthless knockout artists in the Bantamweight division as of late. Chito has been famous for his tendency to use the early rounds of his fights to find an opening in his opponent's defenses and deliver a knockout strike later in the fight. Unfortunately, Marlon came out very flat-footed, wading forward, seemingly trying to rush Cory's attacks and counter them. Sandhagen, however, utilized perfect movement combined with seamless switching of stances to create a box around Chito with new attacks from either stance. While unorthodox, Cory's attacks come from Chito's right-hand side. This is where we see the jab of Sandhagen land hard repeatedly, disrupting Marlon's rhythm, making it hard to land, as well as Cory's outside leg kick to the left side of Vera, keeping him following Cory instead of being able to cut Sandhagen off. While standing in southpaw, the goal is to keep your lead foot on the outside of your opponent's lead foot. This sets up the perfect angle to land the left cross, which Cory was, hard and often. This is also where we see Cory use his left kick to the inside leg or the head of Vera. Chito did, however, do an excellent job of defending and checking those kicks. When Cory found himself directly in front of Vera, you see him square his stance slightly so he can quickly escape to either his left or his right side when Marlon gets too close. The biggest thing in this position is distance management, which Cory specializes in. The last thing Cory wants to do is be in boxing range directly in front of Vera. When Marlon is able to close that distance, we often see Cory attempt flying knees or takedowns from there to negate Marlon's ability to attack. Cory did attempt a lot of takedowns with varying levels of success, but where this is not my strength of knowledge, I'm going to leave this to the grappling experts to assess. Cory stayed very active in this fight. He never let Marlon Chito Vera get started. Marlon had some success, but it was few and far between, and Cory was just too crisp with his striking. In my opinion, this was a clear dominant victory for Cory Sandhagen. Unfortunately, we have to talk about the judging, with Joel Ojeda giving this fight 48-47 to Marlon Chito Vera, with Marlon getting the last 3 rounds 10-9 against Cory. As much of a fan of Chito as I am, I still can't see any way to score this fight for him. At the end of the fight, Cory Sandhagen called out Dvalishvili, who just had a very similar performance against Petr Yan, who was the former Bantamweight champion. Aljo and Cejudo are fighting for the belt soon, and with so many top contenders in this division, I think that this title is going to change hands quite a bit in the next few years. Sandhagen versus Merab probably makes the most sense, but I think a fight with O'Malley would be a very interesting matchup. I'm also going to be keeping a very close eye on the upcoming matchup of Adrian Yanez and Rob Font. Rob being a New England Cartel member, which I'm from New England, so I'm always rooting for Rob, and Adrian is a really fresh young prospect with some really crisp boxing, so I have no idea how this one's going to go.
If you enjoyed this video, like and subscribe for more.
We have full-length podcast episodes, fight breakdowns, and sparring videos, all for you to enjoy.